Hello, welcome back. And for those of you joining us for the very first time, my name is Michael Crain, and on behalf of the entire team, thank you for joining us. Now, the purpose of these extremely short segments is to quickly deliver relevant insight to help you reach your full potential in business. Now, we know that you're busy, and that is exactly why we keep these to only a few minutes in duration, no more than 10. So let's go ahead and jump into today's session, and that is this: what a cooked ham can do for your marketing and sales success. This insight comes from Zig Ziglar, and he used to share a story about a young couple who comes home from work. They quickly make their way to the kitchen to cook the evening meal. The wife takes this big, beautiful ham out of the refrigerator, but then she cuts an end of the ham off before placing the ham into the oven. Now, of course, after a matter of time, it sits in the center of the kitchen table, and it looks and it smells great. But tonight, the husband has a question. And that is, why do we always cut the end of the ham off? And she says, I don't know. It's just what my mother has always done. So they call Mom. Mom, why do we always cut the end of the ham off? And she says, I don't know. It's just what your grandmother has always done. So they go and they visit grandmother. And of course the conversation comes up, right? Grandma, why do we cut the end of the ham off? And she says, I have no idea why you do it. I do it because my oven is too small. Now, that's a fun, quirky story, but it articulates what we all too often do in business, especially as it relates to marketing. We will repeat a behavior or process, and we don't even know why we do it that way. But what we do realize is it's not working. Think about it. How many times have you launched a marketing campaign and it hasn't brought back to you the results that you hoped it would? Now, a question that we often get here at SBE is, how do we make some refinements, enhancements to our marketing materials so that it becomes relevant to my particular clients in the market space in which I do businesses? And here's another one, is how do we take boxed up corporate marketing material and make some refinements to it so that it actually becomes relevant and impactful to my particular clients? And that's an excellent question. Now, there's many different ways in which you can improve results, but one such way is to make sure that you lead with case studies. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the term, case studies are nothing more than a short story from your clients about a problem that they had and the solution that you provided. Now, when it comes to case studies, there's many different ways in which you can create them. We have found a very effective 3-step approach that I have no doubt will help you produce greater results. So what are those 3 steps? Well, step number 1, have the client describe the pain of the problem that they were in. Step number 2, have them go through the step-by-step processes that you took to create a favorable impact. And of course, step number 3, have them describe the specific positive impact that you had. Now, what I'd like to do right now is go back through these 3 and show you a sample. So let's go back to number 1. Have the client describe the specific problem or the pain that they had. Here we go. Step number 1.
For 6 straight quarters, we recorded double-digit losses. If things did not change, we would be in a situation where reduction in workforce would be our only option. Obviously, we're looking for the pain, and that would be double-digit losses and a reduction in workforce.
Okay, so now we're moving on to step number 2. Have them describe the specific steps that you took to create a favorable solution. Here's a sample.
Okay, step number 2. True Results Training Company first conducted an assessment of our current skill level. Secondly, they designed all of their sales training materials using our real-world scenarios. Next, they held a 3-day live training session that was highly interactive and relevant. And to ensure that the training was not just an event, they joined our weekly calls to foster needed accountability and provided solutions regarding any complications regarding implementation. Okay, within the step, we're looking for the step-by-step process to create a solution, and we can see 4. Conducted an assessment of their current skill level, the design of their sales training materials, they held a 3-day live training event, and of course, they joined weekly calls.
The third and final step, have them describe the specific positive impact that you had. Again, here's another sample.
Okay, we're looking for the results in step number 3, and here we go. As a result of relevant training sessions from True Results Training Company, our sales team has increased sales by an average of 34% week over week. And we can see the results, increased sales and 34%. The number truly makes it tangible to the prospects in which we're trying to market. And because it's coming from a client in which we've already served, it resonates and has a greater impact far greater than any jingle or slogan that we could ever create.
Now, once we create our case studies, we want them to become the centerpiece to our marketing materials. In fact, we want to lead with our case studies, and we want to send this information directly to our prospects. Now, there's many different ways in which we can do this. However, here's a very effective way to help ensure the prospects actually read the material. Here we go. Here's what we do.
The first step that we want to take to help ensure they actually read the materials we're sending is to stop sending in a white envelope. As we all know, that gets interpreted as junk mail or mass mailing. So instead, we're going to send it in a colored envelope. Pink, blue, yellow, green. This has a nice personal touch to it. We also want to make sure that we handwrite on the front of the card their name and their address instead of a sticker or, of course, something that's already printed. Again, what we're trying to convey is that we're different than the rest. And the first step we want to take is make sure that the materials that we're sending to them looks differently. Now, within, we're going to include the case study. But attached and in front of the case study, we want to include a simple note that says something like this. Greetings, John. Recently, one of your local industry colleagues had a unique issue that we provided a solution for. I thought you would appreciate their situation and the outcome. If you too ever find yourself in a similar situation, know we are eager, able, and happy to help.
Okay, as we bring today's session to a close, allow me to share this. There is nothing more common than a slogan without substance. Think about that. There is nothing more common than a slogan without substance. And even when we have great intent and great design behind our product or service, as we try to publicize and announce that to our prospects, it will look and sound a lot alike of what our competitors are doing because they too are almost saying the exact same thing. So how do we break through? Well, we bring real substance to our marketing initiatives by leading with the case studies. After all, it's about a real client in your market area with a real problem that you created a solution for already. Now that will grab the attention of the prospects because it's about relevant, tangible solutions that we have already provided. And by doing so, you're going to find yourself growing your success as it relates to marketing and sales. For more information about the relevant solutions that we provide, you can find our web address right here. If you would like to reach out to me directly, perhaps that you have a problem or a solution that you would like for us to brainstorm on, we would love to help. You can reach out to me right here. Until next time, let's continue that journey of closing the gap between good and great.